What is going on, everybody? It's Matt Marchese, also known as Islanders Daily, your daily news from the four-time Stanley Cup champions, New York Islanders. And the New York Islanders lose the skill competition to the Boston Bruins 4-3, and they lose in the shootout. And like I've said it numerous times, the shootout is the dumbest thing to exist in hockey. And I'm not just saying that because the Islanders suck ass at the shootout. I'm saying that because I just think it's dumb to have a game end on a skills competition. And maybe it is a little biased because the Islanders haven't been good in a shootout since Franz Nielsen was on the team. But yeah, the shootout just continues to be the dumbest thing in hockey, and the Islanders lose it. I don't know why they suck at shootouts, and in fact, I just hate shootouts. They take away the excitement of a game for me. When you watch a good game, you see good 5-on-5, then you see some exciting 3-on-3 hockey, and then you go watch a shootout. It's like going from, I don't know, watching one of the greatest movies of all time to watching some dog shit. That's what it is. So the Islanders lose this game in the shootout. Dumb, whatever. Shootouts suck. And yeah, they lose. I'm not too mad about the game. I think obviously you blew the lead on, three separate occasions as you were winning in this game, every time. You'd score, Boston would answer, you'd score, Boston would answer, etc. until Boston won it in the shootout. But I do think the Islanders played solid hockey. There was only on that third Boston goal did the team just look messed up. I mean, I don't know what happened to the defense there. They suddenly forgot how to play hockey, how they've been playing all game, and Boston took advantage. They dominated the Islanders on that final goal, and I would say, Sorokin kind of flopped like a fish on that one. Probably I won't say probably, that is the only goal. I mean, I'm not going to blame it on him because, like I said, the defense turned into chopped cheese there and allowed Boston to just dominate. But I don't think any of the goals, maybe the third one, but like I said, defense was bad, was on Sorokin. Obviously, that first one was freak accident right there off of Anders Lee's skate. And then the other one was just, he saved it, bounced right to the Bruin out in the, slot area, ripped it home. Honestly, it was close to goaltender's interference. I do think if Sorokin pushed over and ran into, I think it was Arvidsson, you might get, goaltender interference. But no avail there. And yeah, it was a good game, though. I mean, it was an exciting game throughout. I mean, Matthew Schaefer, Nikita Zadorov does what he does best, and that is just be a complete and utter dweeb. He lays a cheap shot on Schaefer, and, the Islanders run in there and defend him. They beat the shit out of Zadorov. J.G. Pajot went in with his pit bull energy kind of guy and was throwing body around. So the Islanders stuck up big time for Schaefer. I really like that. I think that's what the Islanders need. I mean, Zadorov, like I said, that guy's a dweeb. He throws a cheap shot at Schaefer. I mean, the dude's 30 years old punching a guy who just turned 18 in the face. I don't know. Seems, I'm like, it's weird. I mean, if I was 30, I don't think I'd be able to, just punch an 18-year-old in the face. Obviously, maybe a couple of years down the line. But, hey, I mean, it's hockey. Can't be soft in it or anything. But, yeah, so Zadorov punches, the guys run to his defense, and it was good. It was good defense. I'm excited. I'm happy that the Islanders did that. It was fun to watch, a little scrum ensue there and everything. But it doesn't take away that the Islanders lost this game, and it was probably, the worst game since that third line's become a, third line together that they've had on the team. I think this was easily their worst game. They had a couple opportunities, but nothing really came off. And yeah, so we'll kind of just talk about things now. I'm just going back and forth, bouncing. We saw a Duclair goal. It was a God-given miracle that fourth line actually scored a goal today. Duclair, the only one with any sense of skill really on that fourth line, just turned and shot it. Then Arvidsson, like I said, scores that, bogus goal right off Anders Lee's skate. Then Bo Horvat, great shot. He continues to really impress Bo Horvat. He's been playing great. I mean, it's all started with an great Emil Heineman stick at center ice. Barzal picks that puck up, gives a nice little saucer pass to Horvat, who doesn't make a mistake, just launches that thing right past Jeremy Swayman, and it was a really strong goal, really good goal right there by Bo Horvat. And then again, Pavel Zacha scores, like I said, the one that just bounced to him, had a wide open net. And if you think about wide open nets on our power play, Kyle Palmieri had a wide open net and missed it, and we didn't score there, and that was a difference maker right there. that one that Palmieri just missed the wide open net on and flubbed on it. That was a difference maker. Bruins score on their one with the wide open net on the power play. The Islanders couldn't. Then again, Bo Horvat, great play by Pelech, pinning it up against the board, got it out to Palmieri, and then Schaefer right out of the penalty box. Stops, puts a nice pass on to Bo Horvat, and again, just rips it there. And they would take the 3-2 lead. And then, like I said, in that final, 5 minutes in the game, I don't know what happened to the defense. I don't know. Like, they were playing too safe, it felt like, the Islanders. They were playing afraid, playing scared, and the Bruins made them play. Marat, I don't even know how to say this guy's last name. Kuznetsov. I don't even know how to say that guy's last name. And, scores his second of the year. And then, of course, the overtime plays. The Islanders made a couple mistakes in overtime, but nothing too bad. I mean, since it didn't end there. And then they lose in the dumbass skills competition to the Bruins, falling to 4-3, or losing that game 4-3. And now the Islanders fall onto the year is 6-5-2. They're at 14 points. And the East continues to be a wagon. Every game that, these things go into extra, overtimes, every team's getting points here and there. It's a tight race. It's a tight race. And these are the games that you might look back in the future and be like, if you could just have held out for those final 5 minutes, you would be in the playoffs. And, since you didn't, you could be out of the playoffs. Obviously, it's still very early in the year to be talking about this. But again, it's just, you now lost 2 games to the middling Bruins. Obviously, the first one was no good. That was whatever. The second one, thought it was a pretty even game the whole way through. Unfortunately, bounces didn't go the Islanders' way tonight, and they lose. Obviously, their next game is on Friday against the Minnesota Wild, who have been struggling to start the year. You're home again. Been playing a lot of home games, and then after that game, you'll once more start hitting on the road a little, the Islanders, where they'll be playing a good amount of games on the road. I believe it is 7 straight games on the road after this. So, yeah. It's going to be tough for the Islanders, and they play Minnesota on Friday, and then they go play the Rangers on Saturday, so back-to-back, and we'll just have to wait and see. But like I said, I don't really have much bad things to say about besides those last 5 minutes in the games by the Islanders. They looked good the whole way through, and then just that final 5 minutes, I don't know what happened to the defense. I don't know why they were playing so scared. I just hit my computer. So yeah, it's just weird that happened. And then right after that happened, the Islanders came back to life. So it's kind of annoying to see that, how you played like turtle defensively, and then Boston, they score, tied up, and then you're back to playing how you were playing earlier. It makes no sense to me. Just keep playing like that. It's like in the NFL when your defense plays prevent defense. I mean, when you're playing prevent defense, you know the team's always going to score, and that's essentially what happened to the Islanders. They were playing prevent defense in hockey, and the Bruins, of course, scored. They were just trying to kill the timeout, and that doesn't work. You can't play like that. You got to play like how you were playing the whole 60 minutes of the game, and it doesn't work for the Islanders, and allows the Bruins to easily score that goal. Obviously, Sorokin kind of flopped on that one, but not going to talk bad on Sorokin. He played pretty solid today. I think he had a good game. He made a couple huge saves. I mean, the Bruins could have easily put other pucks in the net that they didn't. And unlike the last game where every goal the Bruins scored should have been saved, that was not the case tonight. The first 2 goals, no chance for Ilya Sorokin to save. The third one, maybe. But like I said, multiple times throughout this video, the defense just, I don't know what happened there. But yeah, the Islanders lose this game, and it's an annoying game to lose again to Boston. I mean, it feels like that's 2 losses to Boston now that really pissed me off because they didn't play bad. They should have won the first one if Sorokin could have made the saves. And this one, again, I think they probably should have won, but Bruins just had an answer to everything the Islanders were given. And yeah, they easily tied it up and then win it in the skills competition. And what are you going to do? What are you going to do? The Islanders, unfortunately, lose that one once more. Bruins power play went 1 for 4, so we did kill, we went one, we killed 3 of their power plays off. I think they did a good job killing them. Of course, the one they scored was a weird bounce straight to Pavel Zacha, and then we went 0 for 3 on the power play. Obviously, should have had a goal on the power play if Kyle Palmieri hits the wide open net. He doesn't, but yeah, it was a rough game. Bodies were flying. A lot of fights occurred, not like full fights, but yeah, it was big. I mean, Nikita Zadorov, Anders Lee were going at it a lot. So yeah, it was an active game. It was a fun game. Obviously, I'm sounding depressed talking about this because I am. That game sucked. Um, but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Weirdly enough, the faceoffs were equal by both teams. That's kind of a rare sight. But yeah, I mean, if we're gonna talk about the players, obviously, you got a couple standouts. I continue to think Bo Horvat, Emil Heineman, and Matt Barzal. That line is clicking big, and they look good. I mean, Bo Horvat is Bo Scorvat this year. This is what I said early on in the season. We need to see a Bo Horvat who finishes, and he's been doing that. Bo Horvat has been finishing this season, and he's been scoring a lot of goals. He's giving the Islanders opportunities to win. Obviously, having those two goals was huge by Bo Horvat, and they were great shots. He's being the finisher who the Islanders wanted him to be. Has 9 goals now on the year, so a really good start to the season for Bo Horvat. And then, Barzal, not going to really talk about him. He continues to just look more speedy, just more active in the plays, and continues to really impress me. I thought he might be a little slow coming back from that knee injury that he sustained last year, but that's not the case. He looks great. And then Matthew Schaefer continues to just be a star on the defensive side. I mean, multiple times he just drove the net, nearly ended the game twice himself, unable to do so, unfortunately, from saves by Swayman. Gets another point tonight, and yeah, he just continues to impress and continues to improve game in and game out. Obviously, no complaints there. He looked good defensively, and in fact, I think the whole defense looked pretty solid today, minus that 5-minute period. I don't know what happened there. My computer keeps falling down. I mean, I'm probably hitting my desk too much in frustration about that loss. But yeah, that's two. The defense I don't think looked bad at all. I really don't. Sorokin has an 889 save percentage, again under 900. Obviously, though, like I said, I'm not really blaming 2 of those goals on him. I'm not really blaming 3 of those goals on him, but it's tough. It's annoying the game to lose, but what are you going to do? Obviously, the Islanders now have to come back against Minnesota, and that's just a game they'll have to compete in and a game they'll have to win to get back on the winning side of things. They did get a point today, though, which is always a good sign. I mean, if you lose, you want a point, but you rather win. But yeah, that's all I really got to say about this game. Obviously, the Islanders lose and fall to 6-5-2 on the season. And yeah, next game is Friday against the Minnesota Wild, so they'll have a little time off before they play that game. Yeah, so that's about all I got to say. Be sure to leave your guys' comments down below in the comment section, and we'll get a conversation going, talk about some things for the upcoming videos. And yeah, that's about it. As always, let's go Islanders.